Hello, welcome to LettiSpeaks. Today we are delving into the spirit around this super blue moon that will be taking place today around, I think it's around 2:43 p.m. The super blue moon will position itself. And so we're going to look at the energies around that today. We're going to go through each of the signs and take a look and see what type of energies will be present during this super blue moon. And so there's lots of special energy, and I'm told this is a very special, unique time that may not come for a few years. And so we're going to take a look and see what energies come out for each of the signs. Welcome to LettiSpeaks. If you're new here, make sure that you like, share, subscribe. If you do subscribe, make sure that you hit the bell so you'll be notified in case new content is posted or in case I go live. If you're looking for a personal reading, you can delve down into my description box down below where you'll find a couple of links. One is a different way that you can reciprocate energy. You'll see a couple of links down there. The other is my calendar. Feel free to click on that and schedule a personal reading for yourself. I'm excited to continue reading for you all. And so let's get started. Aries, welcome to your blue moon reading, super blue moon reading. And so I did pull out my cards for the sake of time. And so we are going to delve in and see if we can get through this expediently. So I'm using several of my decks. One is my Tea Tree Oracle. I'm also using let's see, my Oracle Sevens, my Angel deck, my African Goddess Rising. I'm using my Urban Tarot deck. So I have several decks laid out here. So I want to go ahead and jump in for you, Libra. Just to start, we started with the Tea Oracle deck. What energies will actually be coming out here for you, Libra? So we have the moon, right? We are in the new moon. And so there's some changes that are coming around for you. I feel like these changes could definitely have to do with you moving away from things. In this season, during this new moon, you could find yourself moving away. And there's some things that you have raised the limits on. I feel like you've decided what you want and what you're no longer willing to accept. Because of that, there could be some things that you're moving away from. For some of you, this change during this new moon, you're actually doing a physical move. For some of you, it could be symbolic of you making some changes and moving away from some things towards some other things. But for some of you, it's moving into a better place physically. Possibly some place that's a little bit more high class, right? That's going to offer a higher level of living. And so also, broken wishes or broken wishbone comes in. And so there could be some things that don't quite pan out the way that you had expected. These changes coming in with the Death and the Five of Wands. Maybe this has something to do with your expectations around people. Maybe you thought that there would be some level of coming around or changing something in regards to what could have been up to this point conflict. Or it doesn't have to be conflict. It also can be with the Five of Wands, just scattered energy. Like it's not delivering what you thought that it would. And it's coming to the understanding that maybe it won't. And you may, in fact, need to just handle this yourself or just decide to move forward anyhow, right? We also have the Rose with romance being in the air during this full moon for you, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this romance actually feels like it could be connected with work or a job or some level of your prosperity increasing. This connection could change the very perspective, the very, what is the word I'm looking for, as you look forward and you're able to kind of see the perspective as you look forward. It may in fact change your future endeavors, right? Your future goals. And where it is that you may find yourself looking forward in the future, this connection, I feel like, changes things for you. And so love for you may be twofold, right? It may be very adventurous as it pertains to connecting, but it also may be adventurous in leveling up and upgrading your future, possibly adding more options for you as you move forward, more viable, high vibing options. We also have the Staff here. Spirit's letting you know that you will be taken care of in difficult times. Now, that staff represents power. It represents the ability to manifest and bring things into your existence. So Spirit is letting you know that you'll have all the resources that's needed in times of need, that you don't need to worry. It's letting you know that you will hold within your hands the ability to acquire anything that's needed. It was clarified by the World and the High Priestess. For some of you, this level of power could be spiritual power. It could be intuitive power. I feel like it also could be power that you have accumulated according to skills and knowledge and wisdom that you've acquired from your experiences in life. It's almost like nothing will be able to trip you up or block you because of the level of expertise and experience that you've had. You'll be very resourceful, even within yourself, right? We're talking about inner resourcefulness, the giftings of being able to navigate skillfully. That's what wisdom is, being able to navigate life skillfully. The High Priestess brings in a spiritual knowing, right? And this is almost like even a level of autonomy too that you'll have. So Spirit is saying that you will sit in a position of high ranking when it comes to spiritual things. We have the bag, hunty. Aries bringing in the bag. Something important such as a new job or a raise. I was getting that with that Ace of Pentacles and that Knight of Pentacles for romance. It does feel a little bit like you could be heading into maybe this connection that you have will connect you with people and open doors for you in some type of way. But the bag is connected to the Chariot and the Nine of Swords. Whatever this is, it's going to help you to get yourself out of this place where you may have found yourself at one point in time, being a little bit weary, but moving away from that, feeling really secure about where you're headed. You know, now you have a good grip on what's happening and a good idea of how to navigate it, of where you're going. Your footing is going to be more sure. And I feel like you'll be coming into a lot more influence as well, Aries. So this bag actually represents an upgrade, a level up. And then we have dog close up, which talks about pleasurable times with close friends or a close friend. And I have the moon and the Knight of Wands. So Spirit is saying, if you have invitations, if you have opportunities where you're able to get out and socialize, catch up, this may be, in fact, very beneficial for you. And so go for it. This is a time to accept invitations, to avail yourself, put on your good clothes and your good hair, right? Put on your good shoes and go out and mingle and, you know, catch up. This is a good time to do that. This friend could be in connection with all of this good energy that's being ushered in for you. That's the beautiful thing. You never know which way these opportunities or these blessings are coming from. So Spirit is basically saying this is a time for you to be open and open yourself up for connections that will be coming in for you. Now, as it pertains to how you can actually best use the knowledge of this energy that we're being made of for you, Aries, I did pull from my African Goddess Rising deck, and the cards that I pulled was Gang Gang Sarah, which talks about resistance. Queen Nefertiti talks about alchemy, and Queen Nana, Queen Nandi, which talks about intuition. So the first thing that sticks out to me is the fact that you got two queens out here. So Queen is high level energy, just let me tell you. And these two queens are fire energy. And so we're talking about this very determined energy, strong, transformational, and radiant, you know. And the fact that they are queens, we're talking about being in the energy of really being tapped in and insightful, knowing where you've come from and aligning with that energy. This is third eye energy. And really understanding like who you are, where you've come from, like really standing in your power and the fullness of who you are. And this is very strong energy that you'll be operating in during this full moon, Aries. And you'll need to actually utilize that energy. Spirit is saying you have a plethora of things to pull from, right? And standing in that, utilizing that during this full moon is going to be very beneficial. This is not a time for you to do the minimum or stand back, right? This is a time to engage and go for the gold, go for what you want. Now, as far as Gang Gang Sarah, she comes from the more innate energy. It's that more tactile, physical, primal, and grounded energy. And she's from the shadows. And in the shadows, this is where you represent and stand out and confront and utilize. It's not being afraid of anything. This is a time where you may, in fact, even engage your greatest fears and allow the dark feminine to arise, right? Not shying away from it, but embracing it and understanding that too is a part of what we doing. That too is a part of who we are. As a matter of fact, that's one of the most fierce parts of who we are. It's in that shadow aspect of self that we find the so-called monsters that often reveal the greatest gifts that lie within us. And so These energies is about resistance, right? This may be a time where either you will receive some resistance as you really engage this power that you are standing in during this full moon. That's natural, right? What do they say? If you don't have no haters, then you're not doing nothing, right? Or if there's no resistance, then, you might need to step your game up, right? The fact that this shows up means that you'll be doing something that may in fact be irritating some demons or irritating somebody that may not be doing anything. And just the fact that you are is a little bit irritating, which is okay. We're not stopping though. We keeping forward. This also could be resistance in you using this as fuel, as motivation to step in and really engage and be motivated, right? For some of us, we use that as energy, as motivation, as fuel for the fire. And so don't be scared you're going to mess something up. Just step out there and do your thing, right? Even the mess ups are part of the lesson. It's part of the perfecting of what we're doing and how we're moving and our overall purpose in life. And so Gang Sarah is encouraging you not to ghost your dreams or resist your own magic. In fact, use that for motivation and stop holding yourself back and worrying or feeling like things have to be perfect before you show up. Just step out in your greatness, right? Don't let resistance stop you, but let it motivate you. Now for alchemy with Queen Nefertiti, of course, stepping into that fire energy, turning everything that's thrown your way into gold. Alchemy. The process of alchemy means that you are able to turn something into something else. It's necessary magic, right? It's understanding you are on the path somewhere. You're on the path to your destiny, to your purpose, and you are the alchemist. No one else is the alchemist but you over your own life. You have power to bend universal energy, understanding that. And so you can transmute negativity, those challenges, the resistance, you can transmute that into something that's workable for your path and your purpose. Everything that you desire exists in one form or another, right? It's all about matching that energy. First imagining it, and then tasting it, smelling it, loving where you are right now unconditionally. It's lifting your vibration and being content in this moment as you're preparing for the reality of that moment to come into fruition for you. Queen Nefertiti. Now, Queen Nandi is talking about intuition, right? What you already know. So stop doubting yourself if you are. And if you're not, just keep moving solidly forward. Trust your inner wisdom and guidance. What is it telling you? Sometimes we can even put our hands over our third eye and just ask. Now, what is the answer? And just allow it to come to us, whatever that question would be, right? Trust in yourself because you have resources around you. One is the connection with your creator. The other one is the connection with your ancestors and your spirit guides and your own intuition. That's your GPS system. Those nudges and signs, those synchronicities and coincidences are not just happenstance, but they're divinely guided towards you, And so make sure you slow down and pay attention, okay? And sense what is being said deep within you during this full moon. That is your power, Aries. That is your power. Now, what is it that you actually need to recognize during this full moon? There's a few things that will be calling to your attention. We have the Lovers, right? That's coming out strong for you during this full moon. We also have the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Three of Swords. Lots of good energy here. Lots of good energy. And so there's connections that's coming towards you in this full month. There's connections that you'll be in that will be very significant during this full moon. This is the second time this has come out in this same form. Again, I feel like this message is repeating with the T cards that we just pulled out around love and then work. The Lovers and the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords and the Emperor, right? It's almost the same energy repeating itself. This could also talk about a time where it wouldn't help to really focus in on balancing your inner energies as well. Your feminine and your masculine energies within you to be more balanced. That could only benefit everything in your life. The more balanced you are, the more you're able to really hone in on what it is that you're doing and do it more powerfully as well. This could also point to connections, coming together, and the power between that connection. This ideal unity between opposites, harmonizing of yin and yang. So whether this is outside of yourself or within, there's a sense of harmony that's happening during this full moon, or what you need to attend to and pay attention to and recognize what's happening within you and for you during this full moon. With the Ace of Swords, this is a level of clarity. I don't know if there's something that you're seeking clarity about with this air element. This is talking about pure thought, understanding, clarity, clean air, you know, moving with certainty and with a certain understanding of your power. Invisible but not intangible. It's something that's pursuable, right? There's a level of clarity during this full moon that will come in that you'll need to be aware of, because it could be answering or teaching you about your power of an objective that you have. It could be bringing in the ideas or the analytical information, how you need to approach this. And also, you know, there's lots that we can learn from failure as well. And so however this energy or this information comes in, it's coming in this around this moon, this super blue moon, and it's going to bring in a level of revelation, idealism, awakening. This could also be like the first part of an intellectual pursuit. It's almost like a spark of light, an idea, or a sudden understanding of something that you didn't understand before. There's like a sudden realization that you're going to have this super moon, this super blue moon. And it's going to give you just like this total clarity all of a sudden. This may in fact overturn other things that you thought you knew and challenge how you think. We also have the Eight of Pentacles. Now, this is bringing in a level of hard work. I feel like for this, there's a certain level of integrity around work that you've had or that you've learned, and learning the ins and out. It's almost like doing a very specific, detailed job, knowing the dangers of it, knowing like the easy parts of it, knowing the parts where you'll need to be very attentive and slow down, right? It's knowing the ins and outs of what you're doing. Pretty much mastery. I guess I can just use that. Even understanding the time and the space needed for this. And this could have been learned through the failures, right? You've learned this sense of expertise or prudence around this experience you've had. You're wiser, right? Now that you've had experience with failure of this and knowing how to get back up and start again, learning from your mistakes, learning what it takes to actually perform this. This could have possibly brought you into a level of being able to hold your own in this Emperor position. The Emperor does depict a father-like energy, but it also depicts a symbol of the high-level thinking, right? It's masculine energy, strong, wise, and just. It's a good ruler, right? Not only somebody that leads, but somebody that leads by example, that actually is willing and ready to get out there and do and demonstrate. And so there's this energy of a dominion, right? A righteous dominion, though, that may in fact display a level of authority. And so I don't know if you'll be in a position of leadership during this full moon where you'll need to exercise that level of authority and lifting the standards and pointing out, you know, the importance of following ethics and, you know, being in that type of mindset, talking about and teaching about responsibilities and morality. It's almost like holding a firm hand and keeping things in order. And so there's some level of high leadership here during this full moon. I don't know if you're stepping into that. We did allude to promotion, possibly stepping into more high level purpose. Could be around job, doesn't have to be. But I feel like along with that comes a level of healing as well with the Three of Swords. There's a level of healing here as well. And this healing came through a level of sorrow. So I feel like this month for you, Aries, is going to point out this level of maturity that's come through your experience. Maybe you're able to stand in these places now because you've learned so many lessons. You've been through disappointments. You've had to fall to get back up. You've had to hold your own. You've had to figure things out, you know. And so now you're able to actually stand in higher places with more responsibility because you understand what that takes and you take it seriously. So there's a heavy level of healing here as well that you will need to recognize during this full moon, that you're no longer stuck, you know, in difficulties that you've had emotionally. You've healed from that. Yeah. You've awakened from different illusions that you may have found yourself in at some point in time. And you've been willing to confront painful truths that's captivated you for a level of time. And you've been able to move past it. It's no longer being like ignorant, you know. Pain is a wonderful teacher because it teaches us to not be ignorant. And so during this full moon, I feel like there's so many different things that's going to be shown to you about how much you've grown and why you're able to be elevated to this place now. Now, if we're open to these energies, that'll be shown to us in this direction that we're being guided during this super blue moon. I keep wanting to call it a full moon. We have the unconscious sea, the perfect harmony, and the oracle's gift. Very beautiful cards. First of all, you have no idea like what's waiting for you on the other side. Further down along the line, the uncharted sea talks about being willing to set out and discover the uncharted territories in your life. Being able to step out of your box and just really like allow yourself to be unleashed from any restrictions or preconceived destinations that you've had and see what's out there. Seeing how things align perfectly with the perfect harmony. Now this talks about understanding that there is a divine orchestration of things that are happening in the world, in the universe, and you being a part of that, having a specific part of what that is. Not being placed there by accident, but having the necessary skills and desires and experiences that plant you right where you're supposed to be and allow you to filter in exactly what's needed right there to complete this complete piece of mastery, of beautiful orchestration, right? Imagine a symphony where each instrument plays a specific part that makes this beautiful sound, this beautiful array of blend of sounds and textures and timbres, right? I don't know if I have music lovers out there. I'm definitely one. And there's just certain sounds that are just so amazing, so amazing. And when everybody comes in and plays their part just right, it's out of this world. And Spirit is saying, if you are in tune with these energies, you're going to actually see the greater picture of how you fit in to this orchestration of what's being created right now. And lastly, with the oracle's tea, it feels like a bit of seeing the future or having some level of magic as it pertains to the future. Clairvoyance, or maybe you're tapped in with someone that allows you to get a sneak peek. The oracle's tea. There is some tapping in. I did get the high priestess and the intuition card, you very well could be that energy that brings this energy to the table. No limits, right? And so if that's how Spirit is using you, then go with it. Delve in. Allow yourself the freedom to do it, okay? Let's find out if we have any angel answers. What does your angels have for you, Aries? So think of a question. Maybe you came to this reading with a specific question. Whatever that question is, I feel like if it is definitely something that you could answer by yes or no, I did pull out my yes. And so the answer that you could be being given right now is yes. Yes to that question. Now the other answer to that question, so we have yes here, a bold yes. The other answer could be wait, right? Just because it wasn't an immediate yes doesn't mean it's no. It may mean not right now, right? There's something that's being aligned right now. And if neither one of those settled with your spirit, meditation brings answers. Spirit is saying, especially for that high priestess energy, that intuitive energy, the oracle's tea. So for some of you, you have the ability to delve in and get answers because you have a direct connection yourself with your source that gives you access behind the veil. Spirit is asking you to delve in. Your angels are asking you to delve in and meditate to find the answers. Sometimes all we have to do is just tap in, and the answer is waiting right there for us. And so you may have had a question to come up during this reading, and that answer is yes, or wait, okay? If it was a matter of time frame, your angels are asking you to wait. And then lastly, meditate. Baby, go in and get that answer your own self. All you got to do is ask, and you'll be surprised how fast you get an answer. So that's for you during this super blue moon, Aries. Lots of beautiful energy. Can't wait to see how that turns out for you. Let me know in the description if this resonates, how it resonates. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, thanks for stopping by. Like, share, comments, and subscribe if you're new. Make sure you hit the bell. If you're looking for a personal reading, go down to my description, hit the calendar, and schedule one, okay? All right, y'all. Take care of yourselves. Bye.